Alright, story time. How I became a hoe. So, when I was like 12, I had made the decision to save myself for marriage. Not so much because I really wanted to or like I really even knew what it meant, just because a lot of people were in my ear telling me that's what I should do or that's what girls are supposed to do. You have this whole stereotype where guys can have fun and do what they want, but girls are supposed to stay pure and untouched. Later on in my life became very damaging to my self-image because early on I was taught that my value as a person was in my vagina and as to whether or not having sex. That became very harmful to my self-image because, you know, early on I wasn't taught that I had any more value than that. But I'm not going to get into all that. It's a quick story of how I became a quote unquote hoe. So, freshman year of high school, so I'm like 14. It was like not like the first week of school, maybe like the second. It was early in the school year because my birthday's in November and I was still 14. Um, so I think it was like still September and like a lot of people didn't know me, like other than people I had class with. A lot of people, like, I wasn't really, like, I was more of a loner. Like, I would keep to myself. Like, I had social anxiety. I was nice, but I didn't really like socialize with everybody like that. So a lot of people like didn't know who I was. And so I was just kind of like invisible, like a nobody. And I remember I walked from, like, I didn't catch a bus, I walked. So one day it was like after school and I was like getting ready to walk home, and like this group of boys was like, oh, she cute, and one boy tried to talk to me, and like all his friends was hyping him up in the background, and like I really wasn't interested. Like, I don't even remember his name, but like he wasn't cute. Like, he wasn't ugly, but he was, I don't know. He was ugly to me, but I wouldn't look at him and be like, "Oh, he's so ugly." It was just like, yeah, he not cute to me. And he was short, and like I like tall guys. Like like I'm attracted to taller guys, and he was taller than me, but he was still short. Like, I'm only 5'3". So anyway, so like I'm carrying my books. I got my book bag, and I'm like, I'm about to walk home. And he's just like, oh, can I walk you home? Can I walk you home? Like, can I talk to you? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I got it. Like, I know my way. Like, and he was like, no, let me walk you home. Let me walk you home. Like, I'm just trying to be nice. I'm trying to be a gentleman. And I'm just like, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. And he like, no, like, you can trust me. I'm a Christian. I hate when people use that. They be like, oh, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. Meanwhile, they doing all types of dirt. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, I think every religion is valid and everything, but like don't put it out there meanwhile you grimy and you a snake, but you be the first one to be like, oh, I'm a Christian, you can trust me, like whatever. So he was just like, yeah, I'm a Christian, like I'm old fashioned, like let me carry your books, blah blah. And he was like, I'm a gentleman, all this stuff, like saying all this stuff. And he was like, come on, like let me walk you home, let me carry your books and whatnot. And he was just like really, like, he kept going, and I just gave in. I was like, all right, sure, like whatever, because he was getting on my nerves. So we're walking, and his friends were like walking behind us. So I was just like, all right. He was like, oh no, like don't worry about them. And I'm like, it's like red flags going off. I'm like, I'm worried because why is, like, I'm like this little girl, like I'm short, like, like, and I'm just trying to walk home. I'm minding my own business. Like, I'm just trying to walk home. And like his friends being back there, like really, really, it just made me feel uncomfortable. Like, I didn't feel safe. Anyway, and then I was just like, yeah, I don't like that. Like, and then he's like, all right, I'll tell him to go away. So he was just like, y'all, like, chill, like, like, go somewhere, do something, whatever. And so like they fought back a little bit, but they was still back there. So anyway, so we're walking, like it's almost to my house, but like I kind of wanted to like take a detour, like go around a block or something, be like, oh, like this is good enough, like I live right over there, and then like point to the wrong house or something, because like I really didn't trust the situation at this point. So anyway, like he was just really persistent and really like just so, I don't know, like he just kept trying. And I'm like, I wish I was the type of girl that could just be like, ew, no, get out my face, like I don't like you, like get out. But like I'm like a really like I'm always afraid to like reject people, because in my experience, whenever I say no or like try, like I wish I could be more assertive, because whenever I say no, like I always get like lashed out, like, you know, like, oh, you ugly anyway, blah blah blah, like just going off, like, oh, FUB, like blah blah blah, like, and like I just like that violent reaction just really does something to me. So I try to avoid conflict, and I try to be like cordial, and I was like making excuses like, oh, it's okay, like I got it, and I'm like being really nice, not because I liked him, but because like I just didn't want him to react violently to me just straight out and out rejecting him. And his friends was right there. I didn't know what was going on. So I'm like, I'm trying to be nice about it and being like, oh no, I'm okay. Like it's cool. Like thank you for walking me home. Like that's enough. But he's like, oh, let me walk you to your door. And I was like, your friends can't come. Like at this point, I'm putting my foot down about the friends. I'm like, they can't come. Like I really don't feel safe. Like yeah, like tell your friends to go somewhere. So he was like, y'all just wait here. I'm gonna walk her back to her house. And like I really just was like, I should have just been like, no, I really got this. But like, so we split off. His friends like go wherever, and he walked me the rest of the way to my house, which is like another block. Um, so we get to my house, and like then he keeps talking. I'm just trying to go in, and then like he like tried to lean in, and like he kissed me. And honestly, like it was like the worst kiss like ever. Like it was like he was a really bad kisser, and I didn't even think he was cute. Like other girls at the school thought he was cute, like, but to me he just wasn't. And he kissed me, and it was like he was too rough. Like I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and I just wasn't feeling it. But I just like smiled and was like, okay, I'm gonna go in. Like, bye. And then he's like, and then he like grabbed my wrist, and he like, oh, can I come in? And I was like, no. Like, what you want to come in for? Like, we're not about to do nothing. Like I told you, like I was saving myself for marriage. Like we're not about to do something. Like I don't know you. Like I just met you today. Like I shouldn't even let you walk me home. Like no, you're not coming in. He's like, oh, we can just chill. And I was like trying to make excuses. Like, oh, my dad's home. Like you know, he don't play that. Like, and I'm like, I don't know if my dad was home or not, but like he might have been home. And like either way, I don't like, you're not coming in. Like I'm not stupid. Like no. And I was like, I really want to get started on my homework, and I did, cause like, you know, cause I like to get my homework out the way real quick so I can just like chill. And I was like, I really want to get started on my homework, and he was like, oh, homework, like you do that in homeroom the next day. Like nobody do homework at home. I'm like, well, I do, like, so please go away. But he kept trying, and he was like, no, for real, like, we can chill, like, in your basement or whatever, like, we'll be quiet, like, no, I was like, quiet for what? Like, we're not doing anything, like, you're not coming in. And he was like, I can help you with your homework, like, we can study, like, if your dad come down, like, be like, oh, we just studying, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, like, for real, like, bye. And he's like, all right, whatever, man, like, you a tease, blah, 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 like, you, you don't, how am I a tease? Like, I didn't come on to you. You the one trying to talk to me this whole time. Like, I didn't even want you to walk me home. Like, I don't even think you're cute. How am I a tease? Anyway, so he like, oh, you a tease, like, whatever, like, man, forget this, man. So then he go back with his little friends. Like, I just shrug it off, and I just go inside. I do my homework, whatever. Like, it was normal. And, like, my dad was there. Like, he's like, oh, how was school, whatever. I'm like, whatever. So like I don't know if it was the next day or the day after, or because this might have been like I can't remember, this was a while ago, but I just know like I went back to school, and then like, you know, people all of a sudden like they was like whispering, like I was walking down the hallway, they was looking at me, they're like, oh, like psst. And I'm like, what's going on? So like I go to my friend, she's like, oh, is it true? I'm like, what are you talking about? It was like, oh, blah blah blah, because I forgot his name. But it was like he said that he walked you home, and y'all went and did this that, like saying like, you know, like I sucked him off, or, you know, just saying all this stuff that like I didn't do because he didn't even go in my house. And I'm like trying to sell, but I'm trying to tell everybody like, no, it's not true. It's not true. I didn't do all those things. And first it started out like I just heard it was like him, and then his boys like, all his friends like, yeah, but we seen y'all walk to your house. And that's where like, oh, that's the mistake, because they seen him walk me home, but they don't know whether or not he went in. Like nobody was there but me and him, so it's my word against his. And they like, oh, we seen y'all like he walked you home, like y'all went off by yourselves. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, but the crazy thing is like, first it started out him just saying that we did it or whatever. The next thing I know, like him and his little friends grew this lie. Like this rumor just went out of control, and it went from it was just him, like we went in my basement and did whatever, to it was him and his friends, because like everybody saw us leave and I was walking and him and his friends was walking behind me, so everybody seen that. So then they just assume like it's true, you know, like that, you know, like they ran a train on me and all this stuff. And I started hearing all this crazy stuff about me, and like I would like overhear people like talking about me and they don't even know I'm me. Like they would be like sitting there spreading the rumor to each other at the next table, not even knowing what I look like, just heard my name. And so that's basically like, I tried to fight it for a while, then I was like, I realized really fast in high school that people just gonna believe whatever they want. Cause like then from there on, like other guys started saying they did stuff with me, and like none of it was even true. And like people that knew me, like I really started to appreciate like true friends, like because people that knew me knew like that I didn't do it. And like they was like, that don't even sound right, like she don't even like him, like he ugly to her, like she don't like him. Like they knew I didn't do it. So like I learned really early like not to care what people have to say about me. I learned really early like I know who I am, I know what I do, you know, I know what I care about. And what everybody else thinks of me, like whether they see it or they believe a lie, like don't matter as long as I'm secure in myself. um but like at first, like it really hurt my feelings, because like I wasn't even doing anything. And you know I went, you know, all just because he said I did it, everybody believed it. But so that's the story of how I went from a nobody to a hoe.